You clicked on this video expecting another list of productivity apps. Good, because unlike every other video telling you to download Notion and set up a Pomodoro timer, I'm about to show you apps released in the last 12 months that you've probably never heard of, but that are legitimately changing how people work. Here's the thing. Most productivity content is just repackaging the same 5 apps with a new thumbnail. You've seen the Notion databases, the forest app trees, the life-changing morning routine that's just time blocking with extra steps. This video is different. Everyone thinks productivity comes from better organization, more folders, better tags, cleaner task lists. We've been conditioned to believe that if we just find the right system, the perfect template, the ultimate combination of apps, we'll finally get everything done. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Research from University of California shows that context switching between apps costs you up to 40% of your productive time, and it takes an average of 23 minutes to recover focus after each interruption. Clockwise frontiers in. So every time you're jumping between your calendar, your task manager, your notes, your email, and your project tracker, you're hemorrhaging productivity. The real problem isn't that you're not organized enough, it's that your productivity tools are making you less productive. And here's where it gets worse. AI was supposed to solve this. But a February 2025 study tracking 16 experienced developers found that current AI coding tools actually made them 19% slower, even though they felt 20% faster. We're in this weird moment where we think we're being more productive because the tools feel good to use, while our actual output is declining. So the question isn't, what's the best task manager? The question is, what tools actually eliminate friction instead of just reorganizing it? Let me show you 7 apps that solve this properly. I'm using the sandwich method here, starting good, getting better, ending with the absolute best. And I promise, you haven't seen these in every other productivity video because they're either brand new or genuinely under the radar. App 1. Sparkle. Your Mac finally organizes itself. Let's start with something that solves a problem everyone has, but nobody talks about. Your files are a complete disaster. Downloads folder with 847 files, desktop covered in screenshots, documents that's basically digital hoarding. Sparkle launched August 2024 from the team at Every, and it's the first app I've seen that uses AI to actually fix this without you doing anything. Here's how it works. It analyzes your file names, not the content, so your privacy stays intact, and creates intelligent folder structures automatically. It divides everything into 3 systems: Recents, last 3 days, AI library, auto-organized, and manual library, stuff you've organized yourself that it won't touch. The killer feature? It works with desktop, documents, downloads, and even cloud storage like Dropbox and Google Drive. You literally just install it, and your Mac starts organizing itself. One user said, "Looking at my file system isn't a drag anymore. It feels like a breath of fresh air." App 2. 3 tasks per day. Less is actually more. Now here's something that'll sound counterintuitive. What if the problem with your to-do list is that it has more than 3 items? 3 tasks per day was born from a Reddit thread in r/simple living, built by a developer who was tired of productivity theater. The app forces you to choose only 3 meaningful tasks per day: morning, afternoon, evening. That's it. No teams, no time tracking, no AI, no analytics. Just 3 tasks. And here's why it works. Research on working memory shows our brains optimally handle 2 to 4 items simultaneously. When you have a 20-item to-do list, your brain is constantly burning energy deciding what to do next, creating what neuroscientists call decision fatigue. With 3 tasks, you eliminate the choice paralysis entirely. One early user put it perfectly. When you complete 3 meaningful tasks versus half, finishing 15 random ones, the psychological difference is profound. It's mobile only, iOS available, Android coming, uses local storage for privacy, and has optional calendar sync. The developer deliberately kept it simple because, as they said, every other productivity app suffers from feature bloat. Real talk, This won't work if you genuinely need complex project management. But if you're drowning in tasks and nothing's actually getting done, forcing yourself to prioritize 3 things might be the most productive thing you do this year. APP3. BeeDone. Gamification. That actually works. Okay, hear me out on this one. Gamification usually sucks. It's either patronizing or it turns productivity into a chore that feels like a mobile game. But BeeDone, which launched June 2024 and has a 4.9 out of 5 rating with real users, does something genuinely clever. It's specifically designed for people with ADHD and anyone who finds traditional productivity apps soul-crushingly boring. You earn XP, unlock badges, and get rewards for completing tasks. But here's the twist. It has a feature called Task Roulette that randomly selects a task when you're stuck in decision paralysis, and it includes mind check prompts inspired by the book Hyperfocus that help with executive dysfunction. The AI analyzes your patterns and sends personalized motivational notifications, not generic "great job" messages, but ones based on your actual behavior and what motivates you specifically. One user with ADHD said, "I love the personalized encouraging messages as someone with ADHD and think the subscription is worth it." Available on iOS and Android. Free version available. $7.99 per month for premium. If you've tried every task manager and they all feel like homework, this might be the one that finally clicks. App 4. Findr. Search your entire work life at once. How many times have you typed, "Can someone send me the link?" in Slack? Or spent 10 minutes searching Gmail, then Google Drive, then Notion, then finally giving up and asking someone? Findr raised seed funding in February 2025, and it solves this with one brilliant idea. A single search bar for literally everything. Gmail, Slack, Drive, Notion, Jira, Linear. You search once, and Findr searches everywhere simultaneously. It uses AI to understand context, so you can ask, "What did we decide about the pricing model?" And it'll pull from meetings, docs, emails, and Slack threads. It's SOC2 and ISO compliant with GDPR/HIPAA in progress, which matters because you're giving it access to everything. It has multi-account support, so you can search work and personal Gmail from one place. And you can preview documents without switching apps. One reviewer said, "Whether it's emails, documents, or chat histories, I can find it all in one place." Another, "Findr's everything search is outstanding." Real-world implementation. Pricing starts at $39 per month for one user, up to $699 for unlimited users. For teams, this becomes insanely valuable. New employees get instant access to all company knowledge. And where's that document? Conversations basically disappear. Runner-up for Personal Productivity Product of the Year on Product Hunt, with a 4.9 out of 5 rating from 53 reviews. App 5. Wispr Flow. The keyboard is dead. This one's bold. What if you never had to type again? Wispr Flow launched on Mac in September 2024, Windows in March 2025, iOS in June 2025, and it's fundamentally different from any dictation tool you've used. It's 3 to 4 times faster than typing with 97.2% accuracy. But here's what makes it special. It auto-edits in real time if you change your mind mid-sentence, and it has command mode where you can select text and give voice commands like, "Make this more formal," or "Turn into a list." It works across all apps. Not a bot that joins meetings, just system-wide voice input. It supports 100+ languages with auto-detection. And it has AI voice replacement for situations with accent issues or poor audio quality. The research backing. The average person types 40 words per minute. Speaking is 150 to 200 words per minute, but traditional dictation has been too inaccurate and clunky to replace typing. Wispr Flow crosses the threshold where voice becomes genuinely faster than keyboard for most tasks. Not just transcription, but actual editing and formatting too. If you do any significant amount of writing, emails, docs, code, whatever, Wispr Flow could literally double your output. That's not hyperbole. Multiple users report writing twice as much in the same time. Now, you're probably thinking, great, but I can't use 5 new apps. You're right. Here's my actual recommendation. Pick one based on your biggest pain point. If your files are chaos, Sparkle. If you're overwhelmed by endless tasks, 3 tasks per day. If you have ADHD or traditional apps bore you, BeeDone. If you're constantly searching for information, Findr. If you write or code a lot, Wispr Flow. Don't try to overhaul your entire system. That's the trap that keeps you watching productivity videos instead of actually being productive. Pick the one that solves your actual bottleneck. Try it for 2 weeks and see if it eliminates friction or just moves it around. The apps I showed you today have a combined total of over 100,000 users, hundreds of millions in funding, and more importantly, real testimonials from people saying, "This actually changed how I work." Not "this is cool," not "I like the interface," but "I'm measurably more productive and less stressed." That's the difference between productivity theater and actual productivity. Between tools that make you feel organized and tools that make you actually get things done. If this video saved you from downloading Notion template number 47 or setting up another Pomodoro timer, hit the like button. If you try any of these apps and they actually work, drop a comment. I want to know which problems people are actually solving versus which features just sound cool. And here's the thing nobody talks about. The best productivity tool is the one you'll actually use consistently. Not the one with the most features. Not the one that looks best in a YouTube thumbnail. The one that removes friction from your actual workflow. So stop watching productivity videos, including this one, and go try something. You've got the tools now. Use them.